Nancy and her doctor will know if the surgery worked. Health Watch reporter Amy Marsalis has the story.
These sounds of nature and man are only memories to Nancy Miller. For more than a decade, she's been totally deaf. She wants to hear the human voice more than anything.
My grandson cry, laugh, my grandson.
And that may be a possibility for Nancy. About 5 weeks ago, Nancy became the first patient in Toledo to receive a cochlear implant. A receiver is implanted behind the ear and picks up signals from a transmitter that fits on clothing.
We would hope that these patients can hear sounds at a conversational level, so people don't have to shout or anything like that. And also they will be able to hear environmental sounds.
Nancy gave up hearing aids when she was 35 because they weren't helping her. She's learned to read lips and says she doesn't feel handicapped.
I feel that we've had normal life. The only limitations I've ever had was that I couldn't talk on the telephone.
The surgery opens the gate on a new frontier for the deaf. In several weeks, Dr. Adapa will run tests on Nancy to see if the operation was a success. If it is, voices won't sound the way she remembers them. She'll have to learn to hear again. Nancy says she'll accept whatever happens.
I feel that if it doesn't work, I haven't lost anything. Like Jan said, the only thing I've lost in that event, the only thing that's happened is, the only thing different is that I have this in my head, but it hasn't affected or changed anything.
Either way, Nancy will keep living and hearing her own music. Amy Marsalis, Toledo 11 News.
Who's at St. Charles Hospital. We reported Nancy Miller's story after she'd had the surgery. Tonight, Health Watch reporter Amy Marsalis tells us about Nancy's return to the world of sound.
When Nancy Miller had surgery to bring back her hearing, she had serious doubts it would help.
I have to admit that I really didn't think it was going to work.
But those doubts are behind her. Nancy is hearing again for the first time in more than 10 years. When she went through testing about a week ago, that part of her senses came back to life.
And every day it seems like I hear something more that I recognize. That's really very exciting.
Audiologist Jan Beaton first tested Nancy to see if the implant worked.
She's immediately adapting to it. I mean, she's already saying, please don't take this away from me, even to adjust it, because she misses the sound that she's hearing.
The sound is picked up by a microphone close to Nancy's ear. The processor she wears on her blouse transfers the sound into electrical energy that travels through the external transmitter on the outside of her body to a receiver inside her head. Since the energy is electrical instead of acoustic, as in a hearing aid, sounds are much different than Nancy remembers.
They don't sound too bad. They sound like voices, but they seem to have like a slight echo or something like that.
This is where another part of the team comes in.
So we're going to be working on some real critical listening activities, getting her to differentiate different environmental sounds, a telephone from a doorbell.
Nancy has months of rehabilitation ahead of her, but she's excited to keep learning how to hear. She was the first patient to receive the cochlear implant at St. Charles Hospital, and with her case a success so far, she most likely won't be the last. Amy Marsalis, Toledo 11 News.
Isn't that terrific?
Miracles of science.
Yep.